Welcome to CUTV News. I'm Helena.
And I'm Suri.
Today we'll be talking with Eoghan Conway from the Student Union Letting Agency. We'll try to figure out some good tips for you guys about student accommodation, how to find the best houses. After that we'll move to the Pussy Riot case. It has been having new developments, and we also had a free Pussy Riot campaign to raise awareness here in the campus. Last but not least, we'll be talking about the government plans about the new railway high-speed network that is meant to be between London and Birmingham and Manchester and Leeds.
Hello, so today we are going to ask Eoghan Conway, who is the manager of the Cardiff Student Letting Agency, about about accommodation, because last week we had a vox pop asking students about the problems with the lettings and stuff. So today we'll be asking him about, and last week we had promised that we'll have someone from the lettings agency. So today we'll be asking him about questions and concerns of students. So hey.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, so first of all, I want to ask you, when do you think students should start looking for a place to live?
It really depends on the group size. The bigger the group, you do need to look a little bit earlier, but for most groups of 4 and 5, which are the easiest house number to find, after Christmas is absolutely fine. It's only the bigger numbers. If you're 6 bedrooms plus, especially if you want about 10 bedrooms in a house, then you need to look sooner rather than later. So from now onwards, really.
Okay, and when would you say is the last time, when do you think students may not find a place to live anymore?
There's an oversupply of accommodation in Cardiff, so usually that doesn't happen. So normally, even if you come back in September and we're looking for a room in a house in September, we're able to find you something.
Okay, that's great. And have you ever had any unusual requests from students or complaints or concerns of any kind?
No, the main problem we get is sometimes because they take houses so early on. So if you're taking a house now and you're not moving until next September, your plans may change. You may decide to defer a year, or and you don't need the room anymore, but you've already signed into a tenancy agreement. So trying to be released from contracts is a big problem.
Yeah.
So we can't. The service is available, it is there, but the onus is on the leaving student to find someone to replace them. But it is a problem. It is something you need to be aware of, that you are signing into a legally binding agreement.
And you do not have a lot of Erasmus students trying to find a place, do you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do get quite a few Erasmus students coming over, and they're difficult to house because they're only here for normally a 3 to 4 month period, whereas most UK students are here for the full academic year, so they're far more attractive to a landlord than someone who's only here for 2 to 3-4 months.
Have you ever had any complaints from students regarding the people they're living with?
Sometimes, but normally they chose those people themselves in the first instance, so there's not a lot we can really do. We can give plenty of advice, and that's why we normally say just be really careful about who you're going to live with. Make sure that that you're really happy with them and that they're good friends of yours before entering into a tenancy agreement with them.
So is that common though, students saying that they don't want to live with the same people?
Yeah, it's very common that it happens. It's very common. The bigger the group size, the more it happens. If you're in a smaller group, like 4 people, it's less likely to happen. If you're in a group with 9-10 people, it's far more chance of people falling out. Yeah.
Okay. And how much do you charge for your services?
We don't charge any fees. We're completely free of charge. So it's
and
free.
you are the only lettings agency that is free, am I right?
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, we're the only ones that are free of charge. Yeah.
In Cardiff.
Yeah.
And where do you have your properties?
They're all over Cathays, Roath and the Heath areas. So all the student areas are covered really. So we've got a variety of properties available.
And where is your office?
We're on the ground floor of the Student Union building, opposite Magic Wrap.
Okay, so lastly, do you have any suggestions or advice for students looking for an accommodation?
No, the main thing is just don't panic, take your time, and be 100% sure of who you're going to be moving in with and the group that you're signing up with, because that's the most important thing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, that's it.
Before moving on, just to remind you, go on our Twitter page, which is Cardiff Union TV, and don't forget the hashtag CUTV News. Now moving on to Russia. Pussy Riot case, we have new developments. Nadezhda Tolokonikova has been all over the news since her family declared her missing after he has been suddenly moved for the prison she was in Moldova. So she's the second member of the second member of the band have been sentenced 2 years in prison on charges of hooliganism motivated by religious hatred. And this was after the band singing a punk rock protest song in a protest against Putin in a Moscow church. Last Friday, her family said to the BuzzFeed World website they haven't had any contact with her since the 21st of October, and that she was suddenly moved from the prison colony when she was in Mordovia. According to her husband, making her disappear from the outside world is the only way that the Russian government has to punish her, especially after her 2 hunger strikes and her open letter denouncing the slavery work in the prison she was. Last time she was seen was by a passenger that was traveling in the same train, and despite the Russian government has said that she is alive, they have refused to disclose any information about her location. The most recently information in the case is her husband saying on Twitter and to different media agencies that he believes she has been moved to Siberia, to another prison colony, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. So speculation is on the air about this case, and CUTV will be following it. But right now, just have a look at the Free Pussy Riot campaign that was last week here in campus, raised by the Amnesty International Student Society. Have a look at the video.
I'm Amel, reporting for CUTV News. I'm here at the Free Pussy Riot protest organized by the Amnesty International Society. What is it about? What is this protest about?
It's about the feminist girl band from Russia called Pussy Riot, and they're incarcerated in a Russian prison at the moment for basically singing a song against the leadership of Vladimir Putin last year. And they've been charged with hooliganism, which is so extreme considering what they've done. So we're basically raising awareness that they ought to be released, really, and about the lack of free speech and democracy in Russia.
How has been the reaction from the student passing by?
It's been quite mixed. I think it's kind of been overshadowed by the fact that there's been the strike today and the bad weather and stuff. But we have had some interest, and people genuinely interested, and people who've never heard of Pussy Riot are like, oh, what's that? So yeah, a good mixed reaction.
And have you had any other events on the Pussy Riots before?
Yeah, this is the last event that we've had this month. We've had different things happening this month. At the start of the month we had a comedy night. We've also had a film night, which there was a documentary on BBC about them. So we had a big film night for that. And then last night we had a poster making session to kind of brighten up the display, really.
Do you have any other campaigns coming from Amnesty International?
Yeah, we've got a campaign coming up on Monday. We're doing a letter writing session for the Arctic 30 who have been jailed by Russia again for they were campaigning for Greenpeace and they've been charged with piracy. So we're writing letters to them and also to the Russian authorities to campaign for their release. So that's happening on Monday.
And for the viewers who want to get involved with Amnesty International, how can they find you?
You can find us, we've got our own Facebook page, so you can look at Cardiff University Amnesty International, or we've got our own Twitter, and that's at Amnesty CU. And yeah, you can find us on the Cardiff Student website as well, and just drop us an email and stuff. We're always happy to have new members.
Thank you very much, and good luck with your stall.
Hello, so the government is planning to open a high-speed rail in England. The route will follow from London to Birmingham to Manchester and Leeds. So we did a vox pop asking students around Cardiff, students of the Cardiff University, what they think about it. It is supposed to be faster than any other rail network in the whole of Europe. It has its both positive and negatives. For example, the positives could be that it will boost the economy by a lot, and it will also improve the transport system, the negative being that it will adversely affect the people living near or around the rail connection. So here is the video.
High-speed train in the UK.
I think it's a really good idea, especially down this area, and replace all the old ones, get rid of all the old junkers and replace them with the new high-speed ones.
I think it's really important in 20, 30 years' time. We need this sort of infrastructure as we're moving into the modern world. Everywhere else will have it, and then we need to be able to compete.
What do you think about the system now? How do you find the network?
Now I just don't like sometimes there are too many stops, and obviously it would be better if I can reach the destination faster.
I mean, it's not bad, it's not a terrible network, but obviously every time there is a chance to modernise something, you definitely sort of should. You shouldn't just leave it standing, because otherwise everyone else will move ahead.
Quite happy with how it works now. Pricing's more a thing for me, so if it caused pricing to go up, the new network, then wouldn't be so happy with it, I don't think.
High-speed train is a good thing, but you need to consider the social impacts of the high-speed train on the neighborhood. Because I come from Hong Kong, we also get the high-speed train system from China, and most of the local people in that villages are opposed to that high-speed train because they will destroy the neighborhood. So this is the main concern for the high-speed train. But on the other hand, high-speed train may be pulling away the capital from Cardiff to other cities. So this is another concern from myself.
So Helena, do you have any thoughts regarding this?
Well, to be honest, it's not the first time that I hear about plans for new high-speed networks. Even in other European countries, it's always a controversial topic whenever the government has these kind of ideas. As a student, I don't think it's a brilliant idea, just because usually these kind of transports are quite expensive, and so students won't be really willing to, even though it's faster, students prefer to save money. Plus, it's not going to be to Cardiff anyway, so I don't think it has any advantages for Cardiff University students. I think it really depends on the budget of students. It might be good for people, doing business and they have to commute to different cities on their daily basis. But also you have like all the low-cost companies, flight companies, and sometimes it's already cheaper sometimes to fly than taking a normal train. So I can imagine like it will be even cheaper to fly than taking a high-speed train.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being with us today. This was all for today. We'll be back next Wednesday at 6. Until then, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Name is Cardiff Union TV 1. Don't forget the one at the end. Goodbye.